This is ABTV, Animal Bites Television. For animal lovers, by animal lovers.
So I'm with Kevin from Africa on foot, and one of the great things about doing a safari on foot as opposed to just in the vehicle is that you get to see some of the smaller species like this flap-necked chameleon. So there's some really fascinating facts about chameleons, and that's probably one of the reasons why I love them so much. They're so unique, and this little character is on the move. So some of the things that are most commonly known is obviously the camouflage aspect. So being able to change colour. So there's cells beneath the transparent skin that are different colours, and then other cells that reflect light and help create other colours. So they don't just change colour based on environment for camouflage. It's also based on mood and temperature. So this little guy here is quite dark at the moment. He can be really bright and green, but the sun is hiding at the moment, so he's trying to absorb as much warmth as he can, and once he gets to his preferred body temperature, then he'll be nice and green. And obviously the fact that I'm here as well, he's a little darker, which means his mood is not as relaxed as what he would be if he was left alone. Another very cool fact, and one that's very obvious, is the independently moving eyes. So they can scan their environment basically in stereo, and once they see something that they want, like an insect or something like that, they can hone in on it, and then that's how they determine distance. And then the other thing is it's really handy for searching for predators, so looking up while you're also scanning for your environment. One of the other really cool things about chameleons is their tail. Now, most of you have probably seen pictures where they're curled right up tight. It's a prehensile tail, so it works like a fifth limb. So they can actually support their entire body weight by hanging on a branch as they move between branches. So it's a really handy extra appendage for them. And then of course there's the tongue. So I haven't got any insects or anything for it to eat at the moment, but the tongue is pretty well known. It has quite a bulbous, sticky end. And it can be 1.5 times the body length. So, and by body length, it's from the cloaca to the snout, and that's pretty long. So it's actually projects all the way out, and that bulbous end will basically stick and almost wrap around the prey and bringing it back into the mouth. So a really fascinating and adorable animal, and it's been a favourite of mine for a very, very long time. So a nice find. You can see the way that he's swaying as he moves. It's another camouflage behaviour. It's obviously better if he's in a very leafy tree. He's swaying as if he's a leaf in the wind. Obviously not on this branch, it's a little bit obvious, but it's built-in instinct for them to behave that way. So he thinks we can't see him. So we might leave him be. Now let's go find some big animals.
So when we found the herd of buffalo, we decided to do an approach, and the one buffalo I could see wasn't very happy. Usually with a herd of buffalo, they kind of tend to move off when they sense humans are in the area. The one wasn't too happy, and I told Shannon just keep a lookout on that specific buffalo, and yeah, it gave a head shake, quite a hard head shake. It hit the bushes in front of it, and it actually looked like it was coming straight for us, but it only ran for about 5 meters, then stopped. And yeah, at that time I had already told Shannon to move back, and I told her, listen, this might be real.
As you can imagine, my heart was racing, the adrenaline was pumping. African buffalo are notorious for being unpredictable, so the experience was quite a rush.
As a pro bike rider, action sports announcer, and off-road adventurer, I'm always on the go. But for my true passion as a reptile breeder, I created my own sanctuary in South Florida, Camp Kennett.
This is ABTV.